Hey, hey, hi, hey, hi, hello, hey, hi, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. And it's time for our weekly track roundup where I go over what I felt were the worst and the best tracks of the week. You know what it is. All the songs and everything are linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself, like usual, along with our Turntable Lab link, which we do get kickback from, so buy yourself some vinyl over there of some records we have reviewed on the channel. Also, Patreon, our Patreon page is linked down below. Get some extra cool, sexy bonus monthly content for a very cheap tier. Also, access to our Discord as well. So check it out. Check it out. And also, shout out to the boy MARC REBILLET, Loop Daddy, who has a new song out, Essential Workers Anthem, a tribute to all of the essential workers out there who keep the world turning while the world is literally burning. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So shout out to them. Shout out to MARC. That is linked down below. And let's get into the tracks that I thought were the worst this week. We have a couple. One, French Montana. That's a fact. The song is boring. That's a fact. Production's really hollow, soaked in reverb. French doesn't really do much lyrically or vocally to pick things up or make the track interesting. It's just boring. And I don't really get is this art like referencing Family Guy? Is this trying to look like Family Guy? I don't really get it. Moving on from there, new track from Carti, Headrest, Hollywood. Total mess of a song. Cringy, actually. Sounds like a very awful garage punk revival single from the 2000s. And the lyrics I just do not get. Like, what exactly about this point in time culturally necessitates a I hate Hollywood type of song? I mean, Hollywood is not the be-all, end-all and is certainly worthy of quite a bit of criticism, but it's like Hollywood is the object of your anger right now in this moment in time, and okay. And even if it's a bit ironic or post-ironic, I don't know. It's still, even in that context, doesn't really seem to make all that much sense. I don't get it. I guess I just don't get it. Moving on from there, we have a new track from 21 Savage as well, featuring Summer Walker. Summer Walker is actually the highlight of the song. Her vocals sound pretty great at the few points where they are placed. Meanwhile, the beat is boring, and 21 Savage is sounding way too in his feelings all over this cut. Not that you can't be emotional, but he just comes off like super desperate, and you don't want to sound desperate on a song. You really don't. Let's move on to the tracks that I thought were meh. They weren't terrible, but they weren't blowing me away either. You might like them more than me. Here we go. We have a new track from none other than Tom Misch, as well as Yusuf Days, featuring Freddie frickin' Gibbs, Gary, Indiana rapper Freddie Gibbs. And the title of this track is Night Rider. And it's a very chill, smooth, somewhat soulful smoke anthem. Freddie Gibbs singing on the cut a little more than you're used to hearing him sing. And it's okay. It's got a chill vibe to it. We also have a new track from The Streets, Call My Phone Thinking I'm Doing Nothing Better. I do like some elements of Mike's lyrics on this track, and I think the concept is cool. And it's nice that there's a bit of a Tame Impala crossover with this track too. But the beat is grating and one-dimensional as hell, and is doing the song absolutely no favors whatsoever. We need an instrumental redo. Thank you. Sam Smith and Demi Lovato come together, form like Voltron on this new track, this new single over here, I'm Ready, which sounds like a combination of like a modern pop song, but a little dark, a little moody, with some trap backing, and then a few transitions into passages that sound like something out of a Disney musical, like when the princess is sort of finding the love of her life and is kind of proclaiming that in song in the midst of the storyline or something. It's a very weird fusion of sounds and ideas. And it sort of works a little bit. I guess I'll say that. I like Sam Smith's vocals on the track. They're pretty good. We also have a new track from Russian, Anuel AA and Juice WRLD, who actually does really well on this song. Rest in peace, Juice, because if it weren't for him on this track, I don't really think I would like this as much as I do, which is a little bit. It's not a perfect track, and I do think Anuel and Russian aren't the best vocalists in the world, but Juice really does add that much to the song where it does make it worth listening to. Moving on from there, Meh, the new single from Playboi Carti. Meh, it is meh. It's literally just made for this segment, I guess. It's made for this section. You can check out my full review of this track over on the Fantano channel. But yeah, it's a pretty boring song. Playboi Carti's voice is just okay. The beat actually kind of stinks. It sounds like an Eternal Take leftover. And I don't know, there's not really much of a groove, vibe, or flow to what's going on here to really enchant the listener, I think. It just sounds a little silly, I guess. Moving on from there, we have a new track from Paul Banks' own Muzz. Thankfully, this is like the least dreadful song of the bunch that has been teasing toward this new project so far. Though I still would not say it's like, one of the greatest dreary rock songs I've ever heard in my life. Moving on from there, we have a new track from a new single from none other than Kehlani, Everybody Business. And I think Kehlani has some pretty expressive moments on this track, but I just do not get how sterile and oversimplified the instrumental is. I feel like there really could have been a lot more done on the production side to enhance the drama of this track. And Kehlani just kind of ends up sounding a little unsupported by the whole thing, frankly. We also have a new track from Joji, Gimme Love, new single. Reviewed this one over on the Fantano channel as well. Didn't think it was all that bad. Awesome back end with some fantastic arranged instrumentation, as questionable as I think the hook is. Give it a try. Give it a shot. It's got some admirable qualities to it. And, there we go. Jeff Beck, Johnny Depp, Isolation, John Lennon cover. It's not bad, but I just do not get what it is about this quarantine situation that makes celebrities want to do covers. But again, in Johnny Depp's defense, this one is not all that bad. So moving on from there, we have this track over here from Healing Potpourri, and the name of the song is Think About Us. And it's a really nice piece of chamber pop. It's a really nice piece of chamber pop. The vocals aren't super distinct, but the song is good. The song is good, and the instrumentation is very pretty. So give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a shot. We also have a new track over here from Florence and the Machine. It is a little bit of a slog, I will say that, but there are some vocal lines and instrumental passages on this very slow burner that are quite pretty. Light of Love. Give it a try. And also, Division is out with their new record, Flawless, Do It Well, featuring Summer Walker is the name of this track over here. Once more, Summer Walker kind of ends up being the highlight, but generally I think Division's approach to R&B is very so-so, bland, trendy, and average. That is pretty much the case for this cut over here, too. Moving on from there, Cheap Cuts, featuring Pete Wentz, Check Your Phone. I am a little torn on this track, and maybe with more listens it can grow on me, because there are elements of it that are annoying, but purposefully annoying, as the whole concept of the song is to constantly reminding the listening person listening that either they should be checking their phone or they're living in a state of society and culture where they're always found to be checking their phone. And it does really kind of make you conscious of the dependency in a way. So give it a try. It's kind of fun, but still annoying intentionally. Like I said, it's an interesting concept without sounding too much like a Luddite or anything like that. We also have this track from Bon Iver. Please Don't Live in Fear. It's, I guess, kind of a pretty track. I mean, it's structurally, it's a little amorphous, in my opinion. I think it could have had a stronger backbone to it, rhythmically especially. But I guess there are some cool vocal harmonies and passages from Justin on here. You know, if you're a Bon Iver addict, give it a shot. All right, we also have Bob Dylan, I Contain Multitudes. Bob Dylan essentially tributing his own, I guess, personal dynamism, dynamics, just talking about how multifaceted of a person he is. With some of his better lyrics in a while, I think the instrumentation is pretty underwhelming, but I think Bob Dylan is writing from an interesting place on this one. I will give him that. And let's get into the tracks that I thought were the best ones this week. Hell yeah. Starting off with Quarantine Boogie, Walter Martin of the Walkman fame, coming through with this song that is essentially about just being in quarantine. And it's actually quite funny. It's very funny. It's a very clever song. It's amazing that he took the time to put this together, because it is very entertaining and I guess reflective of the time that we live in. Yeah, I guess I'll say that. And also shout out to Matt Berninger, who is a guest on the song. Moving on from there, we have another track from Umbra Vitae, the new metalcore supergroup fronted by Jacob Bannon of Converge fame. And it is heavy, it is twisted, it is pummeling. I'm looking forward to hearing more from this group. Just to tell you, the title of the song is Mantra of Madness. We also have Rina Sawayama. The song over here I would like to point in your direction is Bad Friend. I'm not going to say anything about the song further other than that it is in the best section because it is a great song. I will be talking about this song and all the other songs on this album soon, as I plan to review the new album from Rina soon, this week. So keep an eye out. Okay? Keep an eye out for the review. All right, moving on from there. Another track from this band, Masterpiece Machine, letting you in on a secret. I'm liking the group's kind of weird, heavy aggressive approach to psych music. It's very evocative and weird. I suppose it is kind of fitting for the cover. It does make me feel like I'm in a neon-colored desert of some sort. Give it a try. Give it a shot. Moving on from there, Kid Cudi, the Cudman, the Cudster, Scott, has come through with a new track. The Leader of the Delinquents is the name of this one. Going in a bit of a boom bap direction. A huge Rakim influence, I think, on the flow. And it's just all around a good quality hip-hop song with some good bars, good flows, mix of new and old. It's quite nice. One of Cudi's better singles in a while. So hell yes. Moving on from there, Jamie XX has come through with a very groovy and somewhat left field jam on I Don't Know. If you previously have enjoyed Jamie's production on his solo work, give this one a try too. You will not be disappointed. I think the rhythms and the use of samples are actually quite creative on this one, so give it a listen. Fiona Apple, Shameika. Also not going to say too much about this one. It's in the best section because it's a good song. Give it a listen. The album just dropped. I'm going to review it this week, and I don't want to spoil anything or give up too many thoughts too soon, as my opinion on the record, my feelings are still in development, and I'm still processing it. I haven't decided what my review is going to be yet. Moving on from there, Backxwash. Shout out to rapper Backxwash, who has a new project on the way. This new song of theirs over here, let me get this up here in front of my face, is Black Magic, featuring Ada Rook. And it's very witchy, dark, tortured piece of trap music. And I mean, not trap in literal like drug dealing sense, but it's kind of got that beat, it's got that vibe, but it's darker, it's harsher. As I said earlier, it's witchier. It's witchier. It's literally titled Black Magic. So right now we have aggressive experimental hip hop going in a black magic occult type of direction. Hey, let's see where it goes. So far with this track, it's sounding pretty good. All right, let's keep it moving. We also have a new track, actually a couple of tracks, but one specifically that I wanted to point out from the new upcoming Amnesia Scanner record, AS Going, featuring LYZZA. Hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly, is the name of this track. And it's kind of a weird combination of I guess art pop and some deconstructed club, and it's somewhat industrial too. Some of the tones of the electronics, and yeah, it's a little left field. It's a little out there. It's a little harsh, but kind of groovy and hooky as well. So I don't know. Give it a try. Give it a shot. The cover is certainly disturbing enough to warrant some kind of intrigue, don't you think? And I will leave it at that. That has been the weekly track roundup. Everyone, thank you very much for listening. You are the best. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this one. And yeah, I will see you in all of this week's reviews. Anthony Fantano, weekly track roundup forever.